Have you ever wondered how to achieve financial freedom? How to live comfortably without constantly worrying about money? The key may surprise you. It's not about earning more, but rather, spending less. This is where the art of frugal living comes into play. Frugality is not about denying yourself the pleasures of life, but about making smarter choices that lead to a life of abundance and financial security. It's about understanding the difference between wants and needs and prioritizing the latter. In this video, we will unfold 14 actionable tips that will guide you on your journey to frugality. From creating a detailed budget to embracing minimalism, from smart spending habits to building an emergency fund, we will provide clear strategies and tips to help you live below your means without sacrificing quality of life. So, are you ready to embrace a new way of living and spending? Let's dive into the world of frugal living and discover the path to financial freedom. First, let's understand what frugality really means. It's not about depriving yourself of all pleasures and living a bare-bones existence. Contrary to popular belief, frugality isn't about penny pinching or living like a hermit. It's about being mindful and intentional with your resources, about valuing quality over quantity, and about finding joy and contentment in simplicity. Frugality is about making wise decisions that maximize the value of your money, time, and energy. It's about understanding the true cost of things, not just in terms of money, but in terms of the time, energy, and resources you expend to acquire and maintain them. Now let's debunk some common myths. Frugality is not synonymous with being cheap. Cheapness is about spending less, even at the expense of quality or ethics. Frugality, on the other hand, is about spending smartly and ethically, making sustainable choices that benefit not only you, but also the community and the environment. Now that we've cleared the air, let's discuss how to adopt a frugal lifestyle. Tip number 1 is to create a budget. The first step towards living a frugal life is creating a detailed budget. A budget is like a roadmap guiding you through your financial journey. It's a powerful tool that can help you understand where your money is going and how you can best allocate your funds. Without a budget, you're essentially driving blind, and it's easy to steer off course and into the land of unnecessary expenses and regrettable purchases. Creating a budget is a straightforward process. First, identify your income sources. This could be your monthly salary, any side hustles, or passive income streams you may have. Make sure to include all the inflow of money you have per month. Next, outline your fixed expenses. These are the costs that don't change month to month. Think rent or mortgage, utilities, car payments, and insurance. These expenses are generally non-negotiable and need to be paid every month. Then, list your variable expenses. These are costs that fluctuate each month, like groceries, dining out, entertainment, and personal care. This is where you have the most control and can make significant cuts if needed. Finally, don't forget to include savings in your budget. Whether it's for an emergency fund, retirement, or a specific goal like a vacation or a new car, setting aside a portion of your income for savings is crucial. Once you've outlined your income and expenses, subtract your total expenses from your total income. This will give you an idea of whether you're living within your means or overspending. If you're overspending, look at your variable expenses to see where you can cut back. Remember, the goal isn't to make drastic cuts that make you miserable, but to find a balance that allows you to live comfortably while also saving money. With a budget in place, you can make informed decisions about your spending, identify areas where you can save, and work towards your financial goals. It gives you control over your money rather than letting your money control you. A well-planned budget is the cornerstone of frugal living. Tip number 2 is to prioritize savings. Saving is an integral part of frugal living. It's important to prioritize saving, even if it's a small amount. This notion may feel overwhelming, especially when you're living paycheck to paycheck. But here's the thing. Saving doesn't always mean setting aside huge sums of money. It's about consistency and discipline. It's about making small, manageable changes that add up over time. Start by saving a small percentage of your income. Even as little as 1% can make a difference. Make it a habit. As you adjust to this new routine, you can gradually increase the percentage. Next, consider automating your savings. This strategy removes the temptation to spend that money elsewhere. It's like paying yourself first. Lastly, look for ways to increase your income. This could be a side hustle, freelancing, or even selling items you no longer need. Remember, every penny saved brings you closer to financial freedom. Tip number 3 is to make smart spending habits. Frugality isn't just about saving money, it's also about spending it wisely. Now let's turn our attention to smart spending habits. The first step to spending smartly is understanding the difference between wants and needs. Needs are essentials for our survival, like food, shelter, and clothing. Wants, on the other hand, are things we desire but don't essentially need for survival. They are often driven by trends, emotions, or peer pressure. Now, it's not bad to satisfy your wants, but prioritizing needs over wants is a key to financial freedom. Next, let's talk about making informed spending decisions. This is where comparison shopping comes into play. Before making a purchase, especially a big one, take time to research and compare prices. There are numerous online platforms where you can compare prices for a variety of products. And remember, the cheapest option isn't always the best. Quality should also factor into your decision. Coupons and discounts are your best friends when it comes to smart spending. Whether it's a grocery store, an online shop, or a restaurant, always be on the lookout for deals and discounts. Just be careful not to buy things you don't need just because they're on sale. That's not smart spending, that's just spending. Another smart spending habit is to delay instant gratification. If you see something you want, don't buy it right away. Give it a few days. If you still want it after that time, then consider buying it. Often you'll find that the urge to buy fades away. And finally, consider the total cost of ownership before making a purchase. For instance, a car isn't just the price tag you see at the dealership. There are other costs like maintenance, insurance, and fuel. Consider all these costs before making a decision. Smart spending isn't about depriving yourself, it's about making informed decisions, prioritizing needs over wants, and making your money work for you. Remember, every dollar saved is a dollar earned. So the next time you're about to make a purchase, pause and ask yourself, is this a want or a need? Can I get it cheaper elsewhere? Is there a discount I can use? Can I delay this purchase? Smart spending is all about making informed decisions. Tip number 4 is to change your eating habits. One area where you can save significantly is food. Meal planning and home cooking can help you cut down on your food expenses. Think about it. When you plan your meals, you're less likely to make impulsive purchases at the grocery store. You buy only what you need, and this can drastically reduce food waste. Plus, cooking at home is often healthier and cheaper than eating out. Now, let's talk about ideas for affordable meals. How about a hearty lentil soup or a simple stir-fry with seasonal vegetables? Perhaps a pasta dish with a homemade sauce? These meals are not only cost-effective but also nutritious. And remember, using leftovers creatively can lead to exciting new dishes. Investing in basic cooking skills and a set of staple recipes can go a long way. With meal planning and home cooking, you can eat well without breaking the bank. Tip number 5 is to reduce transportation costs. Transportation is another major expense, but there are various ways to minimize these costs. One of the most effective ways is carpooling. It's not just for school runs or office commutes. It can be a practical solution for any travel. Splitting gas money with a group is a surefire way to cut costs. Alternatively, biking is a cost-free and health-benefiting mode of transport. If your commute is short and the weather permits, why not cycle there? It's a win-win for your wallet and your well-being. Public transportation is another great option. Buses, trams, and trains often provide discounts for regular users, so consider getting a monthly or annual pass if you frequently travel the same route. Lastly, if you own a car, maintaining it properly can help prevent costly repairs down the line. Regular oil changes, tire checks, and servicing can go a long way. With a bit of planning, you can significantly cut down your transportation costs. Tip number 6 is to reduce your housing expenses. Housing is typically the largest expense. Let's explore how to reduce these costs. Firstly, consider downsizing. If you're living in a large house with rooms you rarely use, why not move to a smaller place? It's not only about cheaper rent or mortgage payments. A smaller home also means lower utility bills and less time and money spent on maintenance and cleaning. Sharing living space is another option. If you're single or don't have a family, you might consider getting a roommate. It's an instant way to cut your rent or mortgage payment in half. And if you own your home, renting out a room can provide you with a steady stream of passive income. Refinancing your mortgage can also bring significant savings. If interest rates have dropped since you took out your mortgage, or if your credit score has improved, you could potentially save thousands over the life of your loan by refinancing. Geography plays a huge role in housing costs. Living in a city center with high living costs, consider moving to a more affordable area, maybe a suburb or even a smaller city. Yes, your commute might get a bit longer, but the savings could be substantial and the quality of life could be much improved. And speaking of quality of life, remember that your home is more than just a place to sleep. It's where you relax, entertain, and maybe even work. So while it's important to minimize costs, it's equally crucial to find a place where you feel comfortable and happy. Another strategy is to negotiate your rent. If you're a good tenant, your landlord might be willing to keep the rent the same or even lower it rather than risk losing you and having to find someone new. Lastly, don't overlook the power of energy efficiency. Simple measures like sealing drafts and using energy-saving appliances can reduce your utility bills and make your home more comfortable. By minimizing housing expenses, you can free up money for savings and other needs. Tip number 7 is to embrace minimalism. Minimalism and frugality often go hand in hand. They're like two sides of the same coin, each reinforcing the other. At its core, minimalism is about living with less. It's about choosing to surround yourself with only the things that add value to your life. Now, doesn't that sound a lot like frugality? Frugality encourages us to be mindful of our spending, to focus on our needs rather than our wants, mirroring the minimalist's ethos. So, how can we embrace minimalism in our pursuit of frugality? Well, it begins with decluttering. Start by evaluating the items around you. Ask yourself, does this item bring me joy? Do I really need it? If not, it's time to let it go. This not only frees up physical space in your home, but also mental space, allowing you to focus on the things that truly matter. Embracing minimalism can make your frugal journey simpler and more rewarding. Tip number 8 is to buy used goods. New doesn't necessarily mean better, but it does mean a bigger price tag. Secondhand items are typically much more affordable than their brand new counterparts. On the other hand, buying secondhand items is a great way to reduce your environmental footprint. Look at local thrift stores, garage sales, or online marketplaces to find secondhand items. Make sure you inspect the items carefully. A cheaper price shouldn't equal low quality. Tip number 9 is to negotiate and bargain. When you are making significant purchases or dealing with service providers, bargaining is a powerful tool that can help you save money. The key here is to not be pushy, but to instead find a mutual agreement that benefits both parties. If you hone your negotiation skills, you can get discounts, lower prices, and better deals, putting money back in your pocket. Tip number 10 is to become energy efficient. Energy-saving practices such as switch to energy-efficient appliances, light bulbs, or simply unplugging devices when not in use can reduce your monthly utility costs. Not only does this save you money, it will also help the environment. Over time, these small changes can lead to substantial savings for you to use on other important matters. Tip number 11, entertain on a budget. Entertainment is not something I would recommend cutting out of your life completely. It's important for you to enjoy life, but we can find low-cost or free ways to have fun. Simple things such as reading, local attractions, community events, and any outdoor activities can reduce your entertainment fees while shifting your mindset from equating money with fun. You can still have fun without having money. It's about gaining satisfaction from experiences rather than material possessions. Tip number 12 is to avoid consumer debt. You can avoid unnecessary expenses and financial stress by managing your credit and avoiding high-interest debts. A good rule of thumb is if you can't pay for it in full right now, don't buy it. You have to resist the urge to buy items you can't afford. It's best not to rely on borrowed funds to maintain your lifestyle. Tip number 13 is to adopt a DIY mindset. DIY projects allow you to save money and create a customized solution to your problem. Also, repurposing or upcycling items reduces the need for new purchases, thus reducing your expenses. This hands-on approach promotes resourcefulness, creativity, and self-sufficiency. The sense of accomplishment and pride in creating or repairing something with your own hands is worth the extra effort. Lastly, tip number 14 is to build an emergency fund. The main goal of living a frugal life is to be financially secure, and having an emergency fund is the key to achieving it. The money you save serves as a safety net in times of financial hardships. It provides peace of mind from unexpected expenses and the stress that is sure to follow. Remember, something is better than nothing. If you only can save a few dollars here and there, that's fine. Save as much as you can because your future self will thank you no matter how small the amount is. Living frugally isn't about deprivation, it's about making smarter choices to achieve financial freedom. We've journeyed through a wealth of tips today, each one a stepping stone to a future of financial independence. From creating a mindful budget and prioritizing savings, to making smart spending decisions and adopting a minimalist lifestyle. We've explored the benefits of meal planning, reducing transportation and housing costs, and the value of secondhand shopping. We've delved into the art of negotiation, energy efficiency, and entertainment on a budget. We've discussed avoiding consumer debt and the importance of a do-it-yourself mindset. And last but not least, we've emphasized the necessity of building an emergency fund. Each of these strategies is a tool in your financial toolbox, ready to be used in your pursuit of a frugal, fulfilling life. Remember, the journey to financial freedom begins with a single step. Start your frugal journey today. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video with others seeking financial freedom.